mean, they unloaded on me. And what does it feel like? It feels like rock bottom. That was my rock bottom moment. And it feels like I felt like I got punched in the stomach really hard. When the wind is knocked out of you.
Yeah.
When the judge read the sentence out, 65 years, and it was like, man, they just hit me with life. And I knew it was going to be bad, Ed, because I walked back in the courtroom. First of all, the trial lasted 6 days. 6 days is a long criminal trial for crimes that were non-aggravated. No one was ever home during the burglaries I committed. They were all meth-related burglaries, property crimes around meth. Now, it doesn't mean I didn't do the crime. I did the crimes, and I was a bad guy. Because when I broke into people's houses, my victims, I didn't just steal their property, man. I stole their sense of security.
Yeah.
And so I deserved to go to prison. But the trial lasted 6 days, and over those 6 days, the jury heard the story of Damon West. And as they heard the story more and more, they began to resent and hate Damon West. And I could see it in their eyes. I could feel it coming out of them. And they had every right to. Because here's a guy in front of them that had everything going in life, every advantage, every privilege, every opportunity. And Ed, at the end of that 6-day trial, they went to deliberate for 10 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
10 minutes, bro.
10 minutes on your life.
10 minutes on my life. And I came back in the courtroom.
What?
They give you a bologna sandwich whenever you're in the breaks back there. People don't see this, but in the back, they have a holding cell, and they bring you lunch because your lunch is a bologna sandwich when you're in jail. And I'm sitting there taking a couple bites of the bologna sandwich, and the bailiff comes in and says, they're ready. And I'm like, I couldn't even chew the sandwich. My throat knotted up. I spit it out in the toilet.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, man, because it's like, oh, dude, that's not good. So I walk back in the courtroom, and I have 2 paid attorneys, Ed. I'm a white middle-class guy in America. I've got 2 paid attorneys. I've never had a felony conviction. I thought I was going to get probation that day, and I thought I'd be out getting high because I'm still an addict in my addiction, right? And so I come back into the courtroom, and my second chair counselor, the woman named Karen Lambert, she said, brace yourself, it's going to be bad. And I'm like, how bad, Karen? She said, well, you were gone for that brief 10 minutes. The jury sent a note into the judge from the jury room. They wanted to know if they could give you life without parole. Ed, life without parole is a capital punishment. These aren't capital crimes. I'm like, Karen, that's crazy. She said, get ready. And the judge came back in. Damon Joseph West, you are hereby sentenced to 65 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. The first thing I heard was my mother gasp out loud. She's behind me in the courtroom. And, you know, the sound only a mother can make when she hears her son get a life sentence in prison. And Ed, that day, there's so much going on. And after the moment's over, the sheriffs are on me, the bailiffs are on me, they're handcuffing me, they're dragging me out of the courtroom. And I lock eyes with my mom on the way out the door, and all I can think to say to my mom, Ed, is, I'm sorry, Mom. And I don't even know that I fully understood that I meant it or anything like that, but it's the only thing I can think to say to my poor mother. My father's there too. But Ed, right after that trial was over, my mother and my dad are brought into this. They put me in this little room, it's got a bulletproof glass, and they told me to wait on the other side of the glass. And my mom and my dad were escorted, and they feel sorry for my parents because I just got life. And so my mom has a conversation with me. It's a 5-minute little one-off deal, and she's just on it, man. And she's telling me, she's like, you know, Damon, debts in life demand to be paid. You just got hit with one heck of a bill from the state of Texas, because she said you did the things they said you did. So you're going to have to go to prison. You're going to pay that debt. You owe Texas that debt.